Welcome back. Here we are again. Today we're going to make tailgate chili. Now the ingredients I need, the very first ingredient I need is onion. Now, as I said before in the past, James has an onion allergy, so I'm going to substitute with some onion powder. Alright, so I got this is ground round. I just have ground beef. Oil, I got my olive oil, 1 can of tomato sauce, 1 can of organic whole tomatoes, undrained and chopped. Well, I don't know why I just didn't I don't know why I just didn't have to get diced tomatoes. That seems kind of dumb, or why didn't I just dice up tomatoes? I don't know. I should have read that a little bit more before I did that. Either which way. Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure these aren't organic. So, deal with it. My salt and pepper, ground cumin, fresh cilantro. I already got it chopped up. Chili powder. The first thing it says in the instructions is to cook the onion and beef in hot oil in a Dutch oven over medium-high heat, stirring occasionally 10 minutes until onion is tender and beef is browned and crumbly. Now, I kind of got started on this a little bit later in the day, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use the Instapot over there, and I'm going to kind of speed up the process. I really wanted to do this slow cooked because I really wanted the flavors to set in, but time is not on my side, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm busting out the Instapot. I would love to use the Dutch oven. What I'm gonna do so that this browns is that I am going to set this to, I'm gonna set that to saute. That's how I'm gonna do this. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my my ground beef, my onion powder, and my olive oil. So I'm gonna throw my oil in there. Just kind of lightly coat the bottom a little bit. Then I'm gonna throw my ground beef in there. Watch it splash me. Okay. And let's do some, hold on. My onion powder, we'll just kind of season the top of it. All right, so I'm gonna let that cook, let that brown down, and then we're gonna get to the next step. Okay, so instead of pulling out each piece of tomato one by one, I'm just gonna recruit my ninja for this. I'm gonna try to do this without turning it into a smoothie. So we're just gonna pulse it a little bit. That looks like a smoothie already. I can't even see the tomato. So I hope that's blended. It's probably just gonna be tomato soup. Okay. Alright, that looks about brown and crumbly. Yeah. Now it says stir in tomatoes, tomato sauce, chili powder, salt, pepper, cumin. I already put some salt and pepper in there. I'm gonna cancel. I'm gonna start. Let's slow cook. All right, so I just turned that off for a minute. I'm gonna figure out my next plan of attack. Okay, so now we're gonna throw in, hopefully, diced tomatoes. Find out. It's hard to tell. It might be tomato soup. Oh, it's more puree. Whatever. I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. Just learn for next time. Throw my sauce in, tomato sauce. So yeah, it's more tomato puree with tomato sauce. We'll just learn for next time not to do that. I'm sure it tastes the same, it's just not gonna have the tomato texture. So now we're gonna let's do some more salt and pepper. Come on. Next it says cumin and chili powder. So we're gonna do that, we're gonna pop some of that in. I always do a little bit more than what the recipe says, because as you know from my previous complaints, Emeals is very hesitant to use flavor. So I got that in there right now. Mix that a little bit. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that with the tomato. It's gonna be like a tomato sauce. Oh, crap. All right, well, this is one of those, this is gonna be one of them trial by error things I talk about. I'm gonna see if I have any extra tomatoes. If I have any extra tomatoes, I will dice them up and I'll put them in there. If I don't have any, nope, it doesn't look like I do. Okay, well, we'll just learn for next time. If you get whole peeled tomatoes, make sure they're diced, because I did not pay attention if they were diced or not. And don't use a ninja to try to dice them, because then it just turns it into puree. Oh my god, I screwed this one up. It's okay. I do have another can of diced tomatoes, but I'm pretty sure I need them for another recipe this week, so I'm not going to use them. So I didn't get to finish my video the other night. James came home and I feel really weird talking to the camera when he's here. My thoughts on tailgate chili. It needs more flavor in it. It tasted kind of like tomato soup with burger in it. Granted, I did accidentally puree a can of tomato, but I did add a can of diced tomatoes afterwards to kind of help make up for it. Even if I did add real onion to the chili, I don't think it would have made much of a difference. Overall, I think it has the base for a decent chili recipe, but it lacks the flavor I was expecting out of a chili. Even with going heavier on the seasonings than instructed. Typically, I prefer a bean chili, but to stay close to the recipe, I stuck with no beans. The habanero did help give it some heat. What I think it needed to stand out more in the flavor is diced green pepper. I don't know if I would make it again. I don't know if I'd make that recipe again. I would have to doctor it too much. Like I said, it's a good, I think it's a decent base, but that shouldn't have been the whole product. Anyways, thank you for watching.